Hello there, I'm sorry if I sound a bit tired, I am a bit tired, so if I sound a bit quiet, then sorry about that. Anyways, what happened last video? Let me just quickly say what happened. One, basically went on a bit of a rampage. Two, red team this. Oh, no, not over here. The red team committed some... Wait, no. The red team had their king killed, and then they split off from the alliance, obviously having some of their allies join this alliance, and they split off from the hexagonal alliance and made the pentagonal alliance. And now the hexagonal alliance only includes the Irish, the orange Danish team, Portugal, sorry, Syria, and then the Asian colonizers. Anyways, we see one thing happen to the Pentagonal Alliance. No one thought this was gonna happen. Well, we see Scotland join, literally just to be protected. Anyways, let's go down to South America. Well, I'm pretty sure this is the 40th video of the series, so yeah. Anyways, we see exploration down the South American coast happen, and eventually they know up to like here. I'm on the wrong layer. Let me just... should be like this. Yep. Anyways, over here they go along the South American coast. And they go along and eventually discover this island that for some reason was still white. And we see them also discover the Falklands. Anyways, over here in Oceania, we see a lot of exploration. They went along the coast and then... yeah. Anyways, they go along the coast. And they also go along the eastern coast, going a lot further than the western did. Anyways, we see them go into the outback. A lot of people die, so they only go as far as here on this side, and they go quite a bit further on this side. Anyways, we see something happen in Oman. They sort of just leave the hexagonal alliance. And then we see something happen. The four-pointed star alliance declares war on them. Because if I'm being honest, they aren't very strong. They were sort of being like protected by these guys, but then they just didn't really care, so they left. But look where that got you. The entire border gets there again. Anyways, the entire border gets taken. The entire Yemenese border gets taken. We see these guys invade into them, like this. Eventually encircle all these troops, and then they all fall. And we see two things happen. The first one, Vietnam declares war on Oman. The second one, India declares war on Oman. They take all of the border area, and then eventually the colony falls. Up here we see this area gets split in half, and then it falls, like this area falls and then this area falls. And then eventually the rest of the nation falls. And they all sort of split the capital. They split it like this. As you can see, it gets split, a majority going to the colonizers. And let's see what a peace treaty will look like. Looks like we have lost that colour forever because I can't go back far enough. Anyways, let me just make all this white. First of all, India gets the entire colony. Second of all, over here in like mainland Oman, Saudi Arabia gets these provinces. Vietnam gains these two provinces. India gains these five provinces. This pink nation gains these provinces, and then Saudi Arabia gains the rest. Anyways, the whole reason the Pentagonal Alliance exists. The whole reason the Pentagonal Alliance exists is because these guys think someone killed their king. It could have been either the Floridians, the Irish, or the Ukrainians. we see something else happen. The Scottish president gets assassinated. Isn't found out about until weeks later. Wait! Sorry. Sorry about that. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, I remember. It isn't discovered about until like weeks later that the Scottish president was killed, as this is when they were killed. This is when they were found out. There was a decent amount of the Scottish president actually doing stuff with their presidency, but then when they died, it just flatlined about a third of the way through. And after a while, they realized they were dead as they checked in the office, and he was gone. And whose alliance did the Scottish join? The Pentagonal Alliance. Tell me, dear viewer, who is the closest hexagonal member to the Scottish? There's only one that they border. It was the Irish. Well, that's what everyone thinks. So like I did last episode with the tension thing, it was... no, that's the wrong one. Like last episode with the tension thing, it was like this. And this point is last episode. This is the most tense episode. Wait again. Sorry about that yet again. What the hell? That is a shape. Anyways, this is the most tense part of the episode. As the Welsh president is dead, the vice president, I guess, they have to, like, be the president until the next election, which is in 10 years. No, which is in 3 years, as they do a 10-year president cycle. And currently it is 1867. And we see something happen. In the capital of the Russian team, I'm going to call the capital Pandora. In Pandora, something is agreed upon. They realize that there was always the divide. The more central colonizers didn't really like the others. Russia always hated Syria. They basically failed as a country because of them. They lost their only ally because of them. And now that ally is not very strong. But we see something agreed upon in Pandora. I'd say after a year of this treaty... wait, I'm just gonna move the hexagon just a little bit, because it really annoys me. I'm just gonna... okay, that's better. Wait, no. Okay, that is a lot better. in the year of, no, on the date of September, not September, let me just shrink this font down. In September, let me just move it over here. September 17th, no, September 1st, no, September 1st, 1881, the new Scottish president has been elected, and the previous, technically vice president, had agreed to this before. We see World War III, the War of the Colonial Powers, starts. The Scottish enter into what was Notland, and the French Union enters into Wales. This is where I'm going to end today's video. Let me get a screenshot first. Goodbye. You will see the continuation of World War III next video. And it's going to be a very, very bloody war.